All right, Jim. Make it entertaining. What are we wanting to do here?
Let's show our live watch setup of actually watching the shows, because we showed where we sit.
Yep.
You guys know we do live watches and stuff.
Where we sit. Whoa.
So maybe we can like spin it around and get the actual screens that we use.
Oh yeah, good idea. Oh fuck! I just hit myself with the microphone.
Professional.
We always said that these SM58s you could beat someone to death. I almost did. I almost beat myself to death. All right, so this is what we see when we're live watching something.
Except right now we have the Bald Move recording machine set up on both of these screens. Typically, we would have Bald Move recording stuff on one screen, and then our actual TV show we're watching on that one.
We have a little bit of a fill light, or I don't know what kind of light that's bouncing off. You can also see our house sigil pillows that we've got collected here.
Oh, this thing down here is another Bald Move staple. I've had that IKEA shelf for ages.
Yeah, donated to the cause. It's been our entertainment center, and it does an admirable job of keeping our electronic gear and shit. You want to show off the HDMI matrix? Because that's what one new feature that we haven't. This is what's really solved a lot of our audio or a lot of our video problems.
Yeah, so this thing up here is the HDMI video matrix. It has 8 inputs, 8 outputs. You can see them, we listed them all here for convenience. And we can take literally any of those inputs and put them to any of the outputs, any number we want. So like, let's say on the live watch, for some reason we didn't want to see the recording stuff. We just wanted to see TV show everywhere. What we would do is we would take the cable box and we would output it to both 5 and 6. And it would duplicate all that stuff.
I'll be unsatisfied. Try to do Roku because like the cable box was turned off.
Okay. Let's take 6 out to 5 and 6. And then we should get Roku on both of those screens. There we go. So, you know, we can do that, or if we wanted to, like I said, have the recording machine on one and TV show on the other, we can very easily do that and quickly. And the good thing about that too is we've also got it set up to where we can route anything into our capture card.
Yeah, I'm going to show that off too real quick. So yeah. I'm going to switch this to screen capture mode.
Or put the PS4 into it.
Yeah. Because
the Roku won't let you. There's a lot of HDCP stuff, but
yeah.
Take the PS4 and throw it into the Elgato.
Turn that on. But this is a screen capture though, isn't it?
You're right.
All right.
Yeah, you have to add that as an input.
I'll do that real quick.
Or you can just take our word for it, unlike LeVar Burton.
No way, man. Bam. It kind of shows like off how relatively easy it is to make these adjustments. So now we've got a PlayStation capture and
capturing PS4, and honestly,
that takes it live.
You know, if we wanted to, I don't know, record something off PS4 without actually looking at it, or let's say, you know, we also have this hooked up to our editing machine over there, which, you know, if I wanted to play PS4 on the editing station while you're watching TV over here, and I wanted to record it at the same time, we could very easily set that up to where I can see it over there at the recording machine, or at the editing machine rather, and it can record on here while you're watching TV on that screen. It's been, I think, probably one of our best purchases ever.
Oh yeah.
As far as equipment goes.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, because before then, to switch from recording PC versus recording a live watch versus recording a PlayStation, we literally had to get up and remember which cord is which, and physically unplug and plug into...
Or we had... Let me show you this. Where is our AV box?
That's the AV box.
Okay, take a look inside this thing. Can we move your bag?
Yes.
All right. Here's some of our audio-visual gear. I want to dig down near the bottom of this and show you the sheer quantity of switches and adapters.
I mean, we do that one video that shows what a rat's nest.
Right, so
like there was
we
4
have like
of those.
6 of these. We've got this Lovecraft one, which crapped out on us at some point. We have just 1,000 different splitters. Here's a fucking splitter. We had a whole bunch of those.
Yeah. So we could switch from
splitter.
Yeah.
So it was a nightmare, and then we took that all. And having to remember like charts and graphs to figure out which buttons to push, and we just turn it into this, and it's beautiful.
This also has a web interface. It's really freaking sweet too. We can also fully control, like if I wanted to put the Elgato or the Roku to the small screen over there, send it to to Couchright. Right? Yeah. Confirm. Bam. So like this allows us, like, we don't have to get up to make that switch, those switcheroos. And you know, being able to put anything on anything at any time without restriction and have it work flawlessly has been a big boon. While you're holding the camera, I'm going to take them on a little tour of our
trash can.
Of our trash can. It's really cool. It's another Jim. This is another Jim Jones original.
Oh, you're right.
We've got our cable box here.
And a Lucky Cat.
We got our PlayStation. We have a small Ethernet hub. It's nothing to write home about. Our Sling box allowed us to do live watches for a long time. We have our Focusrite. This is our mobile setup. It's also,
I don't know how any of this works.
Yeah, it's
a shit show.
It's our mobile. It's our mobile setup, but it also, this headphone adapter takes both of the inputs of our mic and the output of this television, and uses a series of Y splitters to combine it so we can hear what we're watching or what we're playing, and we can have independent control over that audio.
Yeah, this is easily the most backward ass part of our studio now.
Yeah, totally.
Like, because we just set this up, we realized, oh shit, we got to do live watches.
Right.
And we set it up in a matter of a couple of days.
Right. Up here on this shelf, we still have our Asus Batman router. You know, we have a shitty laser printer on our network. This is the main recording station. This is like everything, every input comes into, like, I'm serious, every input, that audio input, our main audio input, all of our video outputs, everything comes up to here. And this thing has been, we've upgraded it several times over the years, but like, this case is actually 15 years old. It comes from my old company I worked with before Bald Move.
Christ.
And then we have the actual cable modem. We have Spectrum. We did have Cincy Bell, but they couldn't get us the speeds we needed when we started streaming, so we went in with Spectrum, and we've been pretty happy with them. We also have this big wall of like boxes. This has like just different parts, different pieces of gear. Like this is where we've got like our old microphones. These are our old MXL. Yeah, I think these are old. These were our first like real professional microphones, these MXL jobs. Which again, I'd like to turn those into a shrine to Bald Move. We've got some archaic lighting equipment from back when we were using shop lights, essentially to light stuff, things for shipping, fan merch, holiday decorations. This all kinds of different stuff to kind of store, keep it organized, and we can move it around and swing it out. Do you want to show them your workstation?
Sure.
Move my backpack yet again.
Get this out of here. Yeah, so right now we're a monitor down. We found out that Video Matrix actually has a bad port on it, which was for this monitor here. Actually the output to that. So turn that off for now, but we've got our editing station here, which usually has two monitors. Like I said, it's hooked up to the Matrix, so we can pump literally anything we want from any input in the studio onto this thing. This is where I do all my audio and video editing. So any podcast that we have done, I come over here right after we're done recording, do all my editing, and just upload everything from here. But yeah, I use Audition for that. Any other interesting features over here? This is also our gaming machine, typically. So when we play, like, A Way Out or Sea of Thieves or something, we're running a game on this machine, and it's getting piped out to the Elgato on the recording machine, all through this massive series of cables going up through the ceiling over there. Really nothing else interesting about this. There's a PS4 controller hooked up to it.
There's a fucking flight sim controller hooked up to it, because sometimes my son gets buck wild and does some flight sims when he's here during the summer.
The other, I guess, interesting thing about this, if I can get it to work, is it does this.
It's an adjustable height. Let me help you out here.
Get out of my way, Lamb. So, you know, it takes a while, but
thrill to the heightening of the desk.
Oh, it's getting a little frisky on the wall. I don't know what's rubbing, but yeah, I mean, theoretically this goes up and down. We don't actually use it very much.
I think we would have, like we do when the hell is that? One of my goals for Studio 3.0 is to have a height adjustable desk, because the desk that we have right now is kind of compromised between our very different ergonomics. I don't know if you can tell, but I am 100 pounds heavier and about 6 inches taller than my co-host, and not all the same ergonomics at all.
There's a shelf here that we were going to put back there.
Never did.
There's a horse calendar from 2017.
Yeah, from like two Christmas presents ago that was...
German? Is this a German horse calendar?
I think it's Spanish. Wasn't it Spanish?
Yeah, probably so. I don't know. I don't know. It has umlauts or something.
Yeah. We got the original art from Too Low Brow that we use kind of like in case we forget where to sit. It reminds us. A beautiful picture of Humboldt County from our old pal Michelle. We also have this Walking Dead bulletin board that we use kind of like as a bulletin board. It's not a bulletin board. It's a dart thing, but we use it as a bulletin board.
You're not going to show off the "Don't Lock Yourself Out" sign?
Yeah, this is my son's derp face, he calls it, and he kept locking himself out one summer, and I just put this up as a reminder, and he stopped locking himself out, so that was cool.
The one thing that doesn't do is output to any kind of speakers.
Yeah.
Which we have headphones there. So.
Also, this sign is because when we first moved in here, we had our first, what was that? It was a Rocket City NerdCon.
Yeah. And
we had all of our shit packed up for the show in different boxes and stuff. And we also had our Matt Damon. This is the back. This Bring Him Home is the back of the Matt Damon banner that you've seen if you've seen any of our live shows. And, we had all that folded up neatly and staged, and the cleaning crew thought it was garbage, and they threw it all away. And thank God we got there early the next day and the trash hadn't come. We had to fish all this shit out of the dumpster. It was terrible. So yeah, we also have, we like to give back. This is like some merch we got from supporting our buddies, Jesse's Lovecraft Brewery thing, and this is from the Talking Dead, because we're at least Patreon supporters. I'm not sure if we are still now. I think we are.
What about forgot the house sigils up there? Those are cool. We got the patty over there. Merry fucking Christmas.
Microwave and fridge.
Yep.
Standard office kind of crap. I built these. I built these mic stands that we can clamp our mics to right like the weekend before our big 24-hour Groundhog's Day marathon, because I knew we were going to spend a lot of time here, and we had these old shitty wobbly mics, and we're going to be getting up and down, and I wanted to have something better, so we made them, and they've been here ever since. They're very simple design. I just knocked them together. And then this is the studio proper. We've long promised what the hell to explain like all the different gewgaws we've got.
Top, we did some partnerships as far as giveaways go with Factory Entertainment, and they sent us a couple of sets actually, I think, of the Direwolves.
Yeah.
Plushes. Those are cool. I like those.
We're having a Ghost. Oh, Ghost is on my shelf.
Yeah, somewhere over there.
So he's.
I got a Ghost. We each got a Ghost. I got a Ghost right here.
Because he's the best one.
Yeah, I'll get to pimp Ghost here in a second. Archer DVD, which was given to me, signed by Aisha Tyler.
Sweet.
Which is pretty awesome. Season 4. So I keep that up there. These, I forget when we got these, but this was back when that
was a Halloween. I think it was the first Halloween in the apartment. No, because that was a pumpkin carving.
Might have been the second.
Yeah.
But for one Halloween, we decided, hey, let's get these zombie chia pets and let's grow them. Mm-hmm. And I did, and it had like stuff coming out of its mouth and its head, and I don't know.
Pretty cool.
I cleaned it off and I kept it afterward. These film canisters I picked up at a thrift/antique store, and I meant to do something with them, like put them up on the wall or something, and I just never did.
Studio 3.0.
Yeah, we'll do it. This is the NASA Science or Space and Rocket Center hat that I got when we were in Huntsville for their first Rocket City NerdCon. We got like a big tour of the facility, which was awesome. Probably one of the highlights of my trip, actually. I picked up a hat there to remind myself. These I've just picked up at Toys R Us because I'm a fan of Mario stuff. Here's another one, so I put it down there so you can see it on camera. This you bought me. this Captain Kirk ornament, which goes on my tree every year. It actually goes on the year before last. It went on our small tree here. I forget what we did last time.
We've been rotating.
Like Daryl Dixon.
We had Daryl, we've had the Hound, we've had Kirk. What was last year? I'll have to watch our Christmas stuff to see.
Was it
Carrie
Arnold,
Coon?
Was it? I can't remember.
Might have been Carrie Coon.
These, I don't know how many people are still around, still fans of Bald Move who
This
remember
is some
these.
season 4 Game of Thrones shit.
Yeah, this is from early in our Game of Thrones coverage. I printed these up on a lark and sold them on the website, and we sold almost all of them. They were like $10 or something.
There's a story to like the last big sale we made. Wasn't it to a band called the Dead Lannisters?
I think so, yeah. And they sent us a YouTube video of them playing in somebody's backyard, all wearing those glasses.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I've got this, which is the brick from this set down here, which was sent to us by a fan who works at Cane's.
Raising Cane's Chicken.
Yeah, Raising Cane's Chicken. They gave these away as like a care package for their employee convention or something, or their distributors. I
think it's like a Christmas party kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what it was, but there's a whole bunch of goodies in here, like Home Alone 2 DVD. It's all Home Alone 2 themed. So you got like bumper stickers, and I got the blow up clown that he had in the bathroom. Just a lot of good stuff, and that brick is kind of part of this. And I really like the brick scene in Home Alone 2, so I put it up there independently. This is just a bag of dice that I have, and I liked it because it was kind of Cthulhu themed. This is just, you got me this, didn't you?
Might have, yeah. I think that came in a loot crate.
Cylon Raider. Yeah, those are really cool. Battlestar Galactica is like one of my favorite sci-fi shows. My girlfriend got us 3 of these. You can see I got Data. We have Picard over there kind of in the middle, and then you got Geordi?
Riker, I think. Yeah, Riker's on the top shelf, because I got the beard. Well, I guess we both have beards now.
We both do, yeah. This guy's one of those metal sculptures that kind of pops up. I don't know, it's an astronaut and a rover and a pod on some planet or the moon or something. And you can't forget this.
Oh, yeah.
This is just too good. William Shatner's The Transformed Man. It's less music and more talking than anything. I've had this for, I don't know, 20 years. A friend of mine got it for me when I was a teenager because I was a really big fan. And, you know, when I say fan, I mean ironically. Then I got these guys, which I found, these two... I thought they smelled bad on the
Tauntauns.
Tauntauns, thank you.
Turn in your Star Wars fan card.
I got these at just like a yard sale or whatever, along with the figures. Luke right now is in his, but Han is actually in the Carbonite because Aaron got me this 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
That was pretty recent.
New 80s nostalgia store thing.
Yeah.
Called House of Plastic in my hometown.
Really cool. I got
Proto-Man.
the Proto-Man. This was a Kickstarter. Oh, it's dusty. This was a Kickstarter reward for their cover-up album, and I picked that up.
The hell is this?
Dusk Till Dawn. It's a Bald Move. Fan sent us this, and ooh, it's crunchy. I don't know. I haven't looked at this in a long time, but that's Quentin Tarantino face right there.
Is that?
And I think these are the fans.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Or that's Robert Rodriguez.
I was gonna say it could be Rodriguez and.
Yeah. It might be. So here's kind of the highlight of my shelf.
Oh, the piece that
really love. It's Ghost wearing a pair of HBO Go sunglasses that I got at Comic-Con in 2014. Attended their party. And then he's sitting inside the Baratheon crown here. I'm not going to move it too much, but it's a really nice metal crown with a cool sword-based stand. That comes from Factory Entertainment, the same people that sent the Ghost and all
screen accurate replica.
Yeah. My girlfriend also got us Tikis, I think us.
Yeah, I got
just
one.
me.
I got one over there.
Okay, did you get Chewbacca?
I got Chewbacca.
Nice. Yeah, Tikis, which I'm a Yoda fan. I like that. Here's Alan Sepinwall's. This is another fan gift. Alan Sepinwall's Breaking Bad 101 book. I apologize to everyone because I don't remember who sent them, but, you know, do what you can. And then this is also, like Aaron said out there, from supporting Lovecraft Kickstarter. I got a signed
The Wilsons.
dumpster. Yeah. And then the final thing up here that's really worth looking at. Andrew Lincoln, signed and framed headshot, I don't know, promotional photo. This came from Walker Stalker Con. What year was that? 2014?
The very first one, whichever one that was.
It was a long time ago. Yeah, the photo's from 2013, so it's got to be around then. But yeah, we went there and we got to kind of get a behind-the-scenes sort of meet and greet with Andrew Lincoln, and he was kind enough to sign that for us and give us those pictures for free as well.
Put up with our bullshit.
Yeah, you did a impression of him that I'm sure he was thrilled to hear. And then last thing I guess to show off here of my collectible fun stuff is the Star Trek Pez Dispenser collection. It's ridiculous, but I don't know. I saw it at the store and I thought it was cool, so I bought it.
Love it.
Limited edition. It'll be worth money eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other thing is this guy. Can't ignore the giant Darth Vader, which is very dusty right now. Probably should have dusted him. But yeah, you bought that for me maybe for a birthday?
It's either birthday or
years
Christmas.
ago.
I can't remember what.
Yeah, but he's been sitting in the studio keeping things chill for a while.
Oh, don't forget our man Chandler.
All right, Chandler Riggs. That was sent in by someone, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of cool stuff.
So that's the
I used to
tour.
have a whole bunch of Nintendo games and stuff over there, but I took them all.
Okay, I got a bunch of cool crap on my shelf as well. Start off with these ears on a rope. I don't remember where these came from, but these are like Daryl Dixon. You know, he had that string of ears, but they're soap ears. Behind it is a much nicer thing. This is a replica of Winterfell and the surrounding grounds, which was from Factory Entertainment. It's very cool. This is a little beer swilling monk that I painted a while back, a miniature. I've got some McFarlane Lego Winterfell guys, House Stark guys, the full Riker, of course. Some Adam West Batman thing that I can't remember where I got that from. I have this. I have the shrine to my kind of dwindling love of the Colts. Used to be the past and the future. Now it's the way past and probably the soon to be past. Daryl Dixon's kind of skulking behind my model of the Rocinante. I also have like one of those folded metal sculptures. This is of the Millennium Falcon, and this took hours and hours of careful bending and assembling, and it's really, I mean, I really highly recommend these. They're cheap, like 10-15 bucks, and they keep you busy for a while.
You gotta have the patience of
you do. It's steady hands and little tiny jeweler's wrenches or pliers. I also have a zombie myself that I did, the Chia Pet zombie. I forget how this came to be, but someone sent us, though this was one of the grab bags that Jenny and was Miguel gave us for the Albuquerque Fan Fest, Breaking Bad Fan Fest.
Yeah.
I have many other Rocinatis that I'm saving for when they're worth millions of dollars in the future. This is a drinking horn, like medieval style, that Jim got me a couple years back for either Christmas or birthday. This is Arnold Schwarzenegger Commando doll. That's fucking adorable. It's got rocket launchers and fake fire that you can attach to fake rockets to make it look like he's fake launching a rocket, like so. He's like all kinds of posable. I actually briefly considered doing like a doll version of of Commando, like a reenactment of it, but I don't have the patience for that shit. I like to have a little bit of everything from the shows I've done. Like this is a commemoration of a season 2 plot from Orange is the New Black that I got from a local, what is a grocery store called in Spanish? La Supermercado.
That's probably not right. Okay.
Cocina, Coma. Yeah, anyway. I got a Lego Technic Darth Vader that I've had for probably 15 to 20 years. Hellboy's Fist of Doom. This is one of 2 prizes, Golden Glories, that I won on a cruise, and this was for I got a perfect score on the Game of Thrones trivia challenge, which you would expect, right? This is a Star Trek The movie. I can't remember what this guy's fucking the Romulan bad guy. I don't know. I don't remember his name, but that was cool. Got Rick and Morty. Someone sent that for him. I can't remember. This is really cool. This is our buddy Dr. DeVito, the dentist. He does Lego builds for fun, and he built a replica of our studio, which is just the fucking coolest. And this still blows my son's mind. You can see the old school gym. He's got the Super Nintendo and the stacks of Nintendo games there. Really cool. I've got a ton of books that people have given me over the years and DVDs and stuff. I think that's my personal copy of Saga, but everything else has been given to me. Darth Vader mug holding all my pins and shit. Magic 8 Ball. Ramen noodles for like emergency rations. And then I have like this little wire thing that's got like a medicine rack and like bits of odd gear. Also, there's just a whole bunch of stuff. This is the first time someone actually sent us cash. This is the first $20 we received from a fan. I've got other stuff. I got this Lawyer Up. This was a replica Better Call Saul plate. I've got a picture of me and my dad, Chad Coleman. He's real proud of me. Told me so himself. I got a sliding shitty green screen that I had a lot of fun with playing this spring with our video game playthroughs.
I'm gonna make that disappear in post, you liar.
Awesome. Most of our studio is windows are blocked off by this facade that I constructed.
Kind of by design. We didn't want the light getting in to spoil our shot. But
yeah. And I built these largely out in the parking lot of this place on a weekend. I did all of these walls and painted it in like a single 24-hour period. The file cabinet. This is where I keep all of our business documents and shit. Everything organized by month and year. Giamatti, man. You know him, you love him. Never looked better. He's just always here chilling in our office. We keep on embellishing him. What will happen to him next? Who knows? We also, so this is our mobile setup. We got a little Pelican case that's a shockproof case. We can hold all of our mics, our mic arms, and our mobile recorder. This is our whiteboard, and behind it we have just a bunch of more junk. This is like this is our leftover like t-shirts from promotions. It has our costumes when we dress up as Walder Frey and all that kind of stuff. It's got old gear that we don't use anymore.
The giant Matt Damon poster.
Oh,
like people don't realize how fucking huge this is. Let me.
This is half of it.
Let me show you what we've done to put this thing up. So first of all, it's suspended from the ceiling with these zip ties, and they kind of run all along there. You can see this thing is what, 7 feet wide-ish, 8 feet.
Probably more 8. Yeah.
More like 8. But if you look at it, it's also doubled up here. Like this is folded over. And then if you come to the bottom, you can see that half of this fucking thing is rolled up behind it because it's so fucking huge.
It's truly enormous.
So yeah, this thing is probably, I don't know, 25 feet by 20 feet. It's just a huge poster.
We had that Bald Move vinyl. Cecily got that cut for us, and we put that on before we went down to the first Rocket City NerdCon, because this was like the backdrop of our booth, which was kind of neat. I think it gave a lot of people the wrong impression about what we're all about. But yeah. Our mics, of course, are SM58s, Shure SM58s with Rode mic stands, which are these. I highly recommend these stands if you got $200 to throw down on them. This is our monitors. These are these allow us to just kind of reconfigure things, like if we want to play 2 individual games or we want to pull one closer to us to use it as a workstation. It gives us a little bit of degrees of movement. All of our mics are suspended from the ceiling, and they use this erector set bullshit to get like fine-tune the distance because there's just not that many connections up there.
As far as like gear that's on this thing, we've got this DBX compressor, which drummer compressor, which is not in use right now because it has like a clicking kind of noise, and I don't know how to use a compressor very well, and I tried to use it, but the clicking noise was constantly there, and I was like, you know what, it's not worth trying to figure out how to use a broken condenser. So we never really put that into effect. This though is the workhorse of our recording studio. It is the Scarlett 18i8 by Focusrite, and we have 4 different inputs here. This is my mic, this is Aaron's mic, this is the recording machine, the editing machine and the gaming machine that comes in here. This is the recording machine. you know, independent volume control, all that stuff. And then this right here is the headphone out, which goes over to our headphone preamp or headphone amplifier here, which allows us to independently control the volume of our headphones, because for a while we're using different sets of headphones. Now I think we're pretty standard with these Sonys across the board, right?
Yeah. But the important thing is I'm 30% deaf in both of my ears, so I use a lot more volume than Jim does typically.
That's true.
Our mics, of course, are SM58s, Shure SM58s with Rode mic stands, which are these. I highly recommend these stands if you got $200 to throw down on them. This is our monitors. These are. These allow us to just kind of reconfigure things, like if we want to play 2 individual games or we want to pull one closer to us to use it as a workstation. It gives us a little bit of degrees of movement. All of our mics are suspended from the ceiling, and they use this erector set bullshit to get like fine-tune the distance because there's just not that many connections up there. Okay, there's a few other details that I think we kind of glossed over, didn't cover properly. We use these Rolls mute switches. They're momentary. You can actually configure them to be like on, off, or momentary. After one time I left the mute switch on for like 15 minutes of a podcast, I converted. I think we both now, like we both made that mistake once, so we converted them to momentary switches. So this allows us to cough or burp or fart or whatever and just like mute the mic without, you know, making a big deal out of it. I also wanted to show off like this table because we handmade this from a sheet of plywood and we actually finished it with some edging. The guts of it are a IKEA like task. We also, there's like some plumbing pipe there that we use to like run cables through as like kind of conduit. It has been a piece of shit. You see a 2x4 holding it up because Eric Walkwas came over here for a visit one by PAX, and we played a board game, and his uranium elbows did in the table, so it's kind of actively broke. And again, it's a compromise. It's too low for me. It's too high for Jim to be comfortable with. But it did the job. Like, you know, it's so funny because we expected much more of our set and our studio to be visible in the shots that we were going to use. We thought we'd have a much more dynamic shot system where we're constantly panning like camera A, camera B, camera C, full shots, and that like awful hard to do, and there's just 2 of us. Awful hard to coordinate all that action. So it's been a lot more static, and you can hardly see any of the studio when it's not on the camera. But I don't know, it's a nice place to work in. It feels like fun. It feels like very improvised, and sometimes Jim does not like the rigged aspect of a lot of the stuff. But and yeah, it'll be nice to kind of refactor this and start over again when we go to Studio 3.0. But I wanted to make sure there's one other thing maybe I can show off, which is this is like our power nexus for our table, and also our USB kind of thing that ties all of our cameras together before it does the long run over to the recording station. And we tried a whole bunch of different USB hubs. I forget what brand this is, but like it's got a nice switch so we could reset it, and it's just like ever since we went to that, it's like all of our USB band like problems we had running all the cameras and stuff kind of went away. But yeah, that is that's I just want to show you those little wrinkles to the studio. And I think that's about it. You know, this is served us very well. We're able to do a lot of different types of content. It's been very flexible. But you know, I think we want to get more bodies in helping us our Bald Move. We want to have more flexible studio options. We want to be able to have spaces to do maybe live performances, live public performances, and the 3.0 should be better and bigger in every way. But it's going to be time for Bald Move in Exile, where we're going to crowd back underneath the Bald Cave, Mark 3.0 probably now, Jim's basement for the next couple of months. And we might do some shots. Well, you know, obviously we'll be recording shows there, but we might as well do some shots too. And we might do some shots. That's it. Thanks for joining us on our studio tour.